Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Arun. I'm a life and a leadership coach, and today I have chosen a topic which is very important and very relevant for people who are looking out for a job, who are job seekers, job aspirants, and they are still not able to crack the code that why they are not getting the calls from the recruiters or from the hiring managers. And the simple reason is that they do not understand that where the problem lies. I'm going to touch upon that particular problem. I'm going to take you through the detailed concept of a small piece, a small thing, which is of very high importance that a lot of people do not pay attention to. And that is, we call it as your resume, your one sheet or two papers which decide that whether you will be called for the interview, whether you would be selected or you will not be selected, is in that piece of paper that you send it to the hiring manager. I can tell you with my experience that more than 90% of the people do not pay any attention to this important piece. We call it as resume. The moment they see that there is a job opening, they just rush on applying the job just by simply sending the same resume to all the jobs that have come on their way. Whereas the 10%, or maybe I would say 5% of the people are very particular about what kind of job it is, what kind of role it is, what are the expectations, what is the culture of the organization, and basis that once they have all the information on their hand, they just work on their CV, they work on the keywords, they work on the message that they want to give out of the CV before sending it to the client or the hiring manager. And that is one of the reasons that only very few selected people are able to get to the interview table. And most of these people are the one who also get selected in the final round. Whereas in my experience, I have seen that 95 or 90% plus people are not having clarity about their CV. And I can also tell you, this problem is majority with those people who have crossed 10, 15 years of their experience, because they felt that whatever they have done, whatever their experience is, whatever their performance track record is, and based on their network, they will get jobs. Yes, they are right. To an extent, it works, but on a large scale, on a big picture, it doesn't work, because probably the local manager might know you, but the hiring manager, business head, country general manager, he doesn't know you. He only sees the first piece that reaches his resume. And if there are spelling mistakes, if there are certain things which are not mentioned properly, he may not even like it, irrespective of you have been selected in the initial rounds. So that is the importance of your resume. Now, we have made more than 1,000 CVs in the last 6 or 7 years. We have seen patterns of CVs that has come to us in our recruitment practice. And at the same time, we have figured out that all good resumes have one thing in common. Not just that they are written properly, they have a font, they have a structure. Yes, that is there. But one thing which is of prime importance in good resumes is that they use power words. They use those action words that talk about what they have done. A lot of CVs, they are very traditional. Like people say, I am responsible for this. I am good in planning. I'm good in research. I am good in problem solving. But it is all about telling you about yourself, which is so monotonous, which is so regular that a hiring manager is bogged down by going through your CV. And let me tell you, every hiring manager has not more than 5 seconds to scan your CV, and that to the first page, and that to the first half of the first page. If it speaks well, if it tells the story about you, particularly the work that you have done, if your words are able to show it, you make it. They are keen to read below, they are keen to read more, and that is the curiosity you create out of the words that you use, that they are keen to give you a call and they want to meet you because they feel you have the capacity and capability to meet the expectation of this interview. Well, if you are really interested and you want to learn a lot, then stay with me on this video, because this is going to be a little longer video, because I have tried to capture approximately around 50 keywords, 50 power words, 50 verbs, which are relevant to make your CV a powerful tool to help you to get on the job. Also, it helps in the second way, that in today's world, we all work on keywords, which means Google search. Google search is all linked to keywords. Now, if you have those keywords, the job portals which are floating in the market, even they have the same algorithm of searching resumes basis the keywords. So if I'm looking at somebody, which I say that strategic leadership as an example, or a problem solver, I will use this word or a synonym to this word in my search window. And if you have the right words, your CV will come on the top of the search. So that's the power of this power words, that you can put it on your CV. So if you really want to work and understand that how you are going to shape up your CV, I want you to watch this video and having a printout of a CV in front of you of your CV. And as I will tell you certain important keywords, some of the relevant examples of those keywords, that how you can make sentences out of that, you will be able to work and update your CV if you are really going to apply for a job sooner or later. Another thing that this video will be, that it will take you through certain very important competencies or keywords, which are also going to be very relevant for your next interview. So not only that you will be able to shape up your CV, but you will also learn from examples that how you can even answer certain questions when they are asked in the interview. So it's going to be a double benefit. But the only promise you have to make it, that you have to stay with me on this video, because this video, till if you don't watch all the 10 specific keywords and the examples, you will not be able to make changes in your CV and you will get haphazard. And even then you are not able to get some clarity, then definitely I am available. My team and I will help you in making a good CV, that I will tell you in the end how you are going to get benefit once you watch this video. So let's get into the real reasons of how to make a good CV. Okay, now why power words matter? As I've already told you in detail that why power words matter, because it just spice up your CV. But also there is a caution that having too much of power words sometimes, it looks too much on the table. So you need to be choosy about using one power word in one sentence. And another thing that you will learn in this video is that the sentences should not be very long. They cannot be like 2 lines or 3 lines. Then it looks like a paragraph. Every good CV will have a short sentence with a power keyword associated in it. This is what you will learn in the next video. So if I have to highlight about my top achievements, these power words can do wonders. So let's take some example. People write that I am a winner of the Employee of the Year award. Now imagine if I use a word like distinguished winner of Employee of the Year award. Now can you see the word that I've added, distinguished winner? Now the moment I add this word, it's spiced up that you are one of the chosen one into that winner list. Another example, responsible for achieving budgeted growth. Now this is a very traditional way of people writing in their resume. Now what is the best way to do that is performed to achieve the budgeted growth. Can you see that one word making all the difference? You don't have to now tell that, you are not responsible, but you just perform to the level that you achieve that growth. This is what you will learn in the subsequent slides that I'm going to share. And eventually, if you can use these words effectively, it makes you a lot more competent, look a lot more competent, because somebody is reading your CV, and once they see that piece, it clearly tells them that what kind of a person you are. Now, I'm going to now share some important aspects about how to use resume action words. Now, I'm sure while I was preparing this piece for your knowledge and information, I researched certain articles, I brought in my experience, but then how exactly you need to work on it? Very simple. Now, you make your resume as it is right now in front of you. Now, what you need to do is whenever you get a call from a consultant or whenever you get a job opportunity through a reference or from a portal that you come to know, just go a little deeper. Just go deeper and find out what is the job, what is the role, what is the profile that they are looking at. If it is finance, if it is HR, if it is sales, if it is marketing, what is the job description that role has? And basis that you read the roles and responsibilities along with behaviors, what kind of competencies and behaviors they expect that a person should have when it comes to the job that you are going to apply. Because these are some, there are in this job description are the core hidden keywords that a lot of people ignore. But if you pay attention to those keywords, you would know what exactly your client is looking at, what kind of a personality or a person they need to get, they need to hire. Now, in order to understand this, what I have done is I have, in the subsequent slide, I have selected some top 10 key power words and vis-a-vis what are the synonyms or similar powerful word that can replace the traditional old words that generally people use. How often you should use these power words? As I've already mentioned, not too much, not too little. So as I said, one power word or max two power words in a given sentence. Sentence has to be short, as it is mentioned over here. Now let's go into some of the resume power words, which are traditional, which are most frequently asked, which are very popular, and that will really help you. The number one is teamwork and communication. Now, this is something that every interview will have something or the other coming into this role, that how you have played. Management and leadership achievements, creativity, problem solving accomplishments, analysis and planning, support, improvement areas that you have got and how you have worked on your improvement areas, how you were responsible for. A lot of people make a long list of their KRAs, their key results area in the responsibility list, and that looks very traditional. Or you worked on something. Worked on means you improved on your skills, how you change the course of action, how you improved some process will be asked during the interview. And use, how you are able to use your skills to create an impact. Now, I have selected these top 10 keywords, which are also used during the interviews when people are going to ask you questions. Now, what we are going to do and learn is how we are going to put these words from this piece into our resume by formulating sentences and replacing the traditional words. Now, if you look at these 10 words which are in front of you, these 10 words are something like people write on their resume as it is. But this is so traditional. This is what I'm trying to challenge. And this is what we have to replace it with some action words that talks about where you can show something rather than telling something. And that is what people want to do. So the number one word we'll take is teamwork and communication. Now, if you look at this, if your job is to give guidance or communicate information to the team, how you will choose certain words that will explain the point of teamwork and communication. Now, you would say, I advised, I advocated, I clarified, I collaborated, and I persuaded. Now, if you use some of these words beginning in your sentence or in the middle of your sentence, it will create an power, it will create an action, and it will make people believe, to show them that you have done this even without meeting you. So I'll give you one example. Define the new marketing funnel model for generating maximum leads. This is how you can frame a sentence by using the word defined, or collaborated with different functions to create world-class marketing funnel system. Can you now see that how the words are now getting used, this power word, and they are just creating a buzz into the entire sentence about who you are. Let's look at the second one, management and leadership achievements. I think this is something, the most sought after questions which will come, and this is something that is most sought after when people look into your resume. What you should be using, the words you should be using: achieved, attained, initiated, developed, managed. If you use these words, they are going to speak all about your achievements and reflect your leadership and management capabilities. So I'll share some examples here to frame certain questions. Achieve the highest ever order from Google worth rupees 10 crores of worth 10 crores. So another thing that you need to pay attention to when you are writing the sentences, you need to be specific and sharp, which means I'm using the word like Google highest ever and 10 CR, which clearly shows the value, the specificity in the sentence. So if I'm reading your resume, it clearly tells me that you have been able to create a situation like this. The next is strengthen the sales and service team through coaching and development. Now you may say this is a little subjective, but it speaks specifically about strengthen the sales and service team through coaching and development. Talks about the key word that you have used in strengthen. So this is how you can shape up the management and leadership achievements. Let's come to the next word, which is creativity. Again, a very common area where interviewers are very keen to see that how creative. Are you monotonous? Are you the one who is just following the traditional patterns, or you have something out of the box? So how to reflect creativity in different words? Conceptualized, designed, formulated, introduced, launched. When you use these words in your examples, it clearly reflects that you have the creative mind. And 90% when people write creativity as one of their skills, you are changing the course by using these power words. So let's look at some examples. Launch the first ever single-use device to measure diabetes. Now look at this, launch the first. So you are creative. Because of your creativity, you have used the word launch the first ever. Number two, design the brand marketing campaign for a new client. So that means you have the capability to design and bring out new ideas when you are designing for a marketing campaign for a particular client. So look at this, how this word is changing the whole course of action. Let's look at the next part, problem solving. Now, again, in the interview process, people want to see, are you a problem solver or a problem creator? But we are talking about problem solving. So what are the words that can replace this word problem solving? Calculated, verified, fixed, standardized, simplified. Now, I'm using the same word in a different way because these are power words. So let's take some examples. Simplified the long process of 100 steps to 10 steps. So here further you can sharpen it. You can name the process in whatever job function you are, whether it is finance, planning, supply chain, sales, marketing, whatever you may be. The moment you say simplified the long process of 100 steps to 10 steps, it talks about that you can think and you can solve a problem from a big situation to a small ways to achieve bigger things. Calculated the margins in making profitable deals by strategizing the process. Again, you can fix the keywords based on your role right now, but calculated the margins. Can you see that this is actually showing? It is not telling. Telling means I'm a problem solver, but people don't believe in it. People want to see it. So you have to show them. So how I'm showing it? By using this power word, calculated the margins in making profitable deals by standardizing the process. I hope you are learning. I hope some value is getting added in this. If you have watched and till this now with me, can you write a comment that whatever you have learned is adding value to you? If it is adding value to you, I'll wait for your comment. Now let's look at the next action word, where you have to talk about analysis and planning. So planning, organizing, analysis, or analytical mindset. This is something they want to see. Now, based on the job search that you have done, the roles and responsibilities, the job description that you have read, basis that now you work out and create this impactful words that can come. Number one, conducted. Number two, organized, experimented, mapped, studied. If you use these words, it talks about that you have this skill of analysis and planning. Again, you are showing something. Let's take some examples. End-to-end organize 100 marketing campaigns of international speakers in India. Can you see end-to-end organized 100 marketing campaigns? Now, the moment I read the first line, it is so sharp that it clearly shows that you are a very good organizer, you are a very good planner, and you know how to get the best out of the situation. Or map top 100 high-end customers' buying habits. Simply talks about the analysis part. If you can do this, it really makes a lot of difference that you were able to map 100 high-end, map top 100 high-end customers' buying habits. Now let's look at the sixth action word, showing support. So what kind of words that comes to your mind? Number one, motivated, advised, guided, resolved, contributed. Now, if you use these words, it was such a powerful word to show that you have the ability to support in a team role. Now, what are the examples that I can say? Motivated team by rewarding positive behaviors, encouraging optimism, and stimulating teamwork. Now, the moment you use the word motivated team by rewarding positive behaviors, it shows that you have a supportive behavior in the work that you do. Let's take another example. Contributed in 3 NGOs by taking free leadership sessions for their support team. How powerful it is, that you have the role, you are a person who has the will to contribute, you have the will to give something. And that is where action words plays a very important role. Let's look at the seventh one, action words showing improved. Now, how you have improvised yourself, how you have grown and evolved yourself is something that you can reflect on your CV by using these power words. Number one, boosted. Number two, raised. Number three, lifted. Number four, streamlined. Number five is updated. Now, if you use these power words and create sentences, it really reflects a lot in your profile. Like, for example, raised my appraisal. Sorry, there was a typing error. It's rating from good to excellent in last 3 years, from financial year 2019 to 2022. So raise my appraisal ratings, which clearly shows that you have been able to show that how you have improved in a journey of 3 years. Number two is streamline the business forecast model and thereby cost saving from 25% to 33% without additional cost. Now, can you see that how you have improvised the process? So it can be self-improvisation or or streamlining a process. It shows that you are improving. The next action word shows is responsible for. I think a lot of people write this in a long list. I am responsible for achieving targets. I'm responsible for earning profits. I'm responsible. It's a very monotonous word that people use in their power resumes, and that doesn't work. It looks very monotonous. So let's see what are the words that we can replace it with. Accomplished, achieved, executed, undertook, succeeded in. Now, if you write these words, it simply replaces the traditional word responsible for, and it also talks about the action that you have taken in the past. For example, accomplished 3 simultaneous projects between 3 departments within budgeted limits. The next is undertook the challenging role of negotiator and signed the contract with top 5 clients. Can you see that how clearly you don't have to talk about I'm responsible for creating new contracts, I'm responsible for managing different departments. You just replaced it with action word, which actually shows that what you have delivered in the past and you have the capability to deliver in the future. Now let's look at some action words showing you worked on. Now this is something that you self-improvisation that you have done over a period of time, or you have been able to execute something very efficiently. So what are the words? Arranged, compiled, developed, organized, perfected. So any of these words can come into replace worked on or worked upon. So some of the examples are compile the sales trend of 20 top competitors in making a killer go-to market strategy. Can you see that how clearly it's showing that you have been able to work on by compiling the sales trends of 20 competitors? Let's look at another example. Develop the first ever patient health club to support patient education program. Very simple. You worked on some campaign, you worked on something. So you don't have to say that I worked on. You show them by using these power and action words. Now let's look at the last one, that is the 10th one, action words showing use. So what it can reflect in terms of words: apply, handle, mobilize, specialize in, promote. Now, when you use these words, it reflects about what you have done in the past. For example, mobilize all marketing processes for the launch of biggest blockbuster international brand. Can you see mobilize? Use how you have been able to use the resources around it. Or specialized in creating foolproof system and process to streamline outcomes and improve efficiencies. Now, when you write this, it shows very clearly that how you have been able to use the available resources around you to make the best out of it. Well, these are some of the top 10 important areas where interviews are conducted, resumes are made, but if they are not used properly, a lot of people miss out on this opportunity. And likewise, even when they are called for the interview, they are not able to reflect the same way that they can be selected or they can be chosen over other candidates. Well, I'm also sharing my email ID, arun.tukral@hcnconnect.in. If you have any query, if you really want to prepare for your resume, sharpen your resume, or you want to connect with us for learning how to crack an interview, don't forget to write me back on this. I will give you my support as much as possible. Well, I'm sure this video would have given you a lot of insights for the last 15-20 minutes that you are watching along with me. I'm sure you would have compared certain important leads from the video and the content that I've shared vis-a-vis what you have already in your resume right now. You would now know what are the things that you need to update, you need to delete, you need to correct. And basis that, you will see that your resume will get sharpened even before you load it to any portal or share it with any consultant, job consultant that you are in touch with. Well, I hope if you have liked this video, if you have found this of some value, do share it with your comments, your feedbacks. I'll wait for them, and that will help me to prepare on my next topic. If you have anything in mind, don't forget to write below in the comment section and stay connected with me on this channel. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me.